This is Arvin Vohra, founder of Vohra Method and author of The Equation for Excellence, How to Make Your Child Excel at Math. In this video, we're going to talk about how you figure out what a prepositional phrase modifies. We're going to start off by first figuring out what a prepositional phrase is. Consider a worm and an apple. Prepositions will tell you the relationship between the worm and an apple. So a worm can be inside the apple. Inside is the preposition. Inside the apple is the entire prepositional phrase. A worm can be going up the apple, so up is a preposition. Up the apple is a prepositional phrase. A worm can be below the apple, down the apple. All these underlined words here, these are prepositions, and the whole phrase is the prepositional phrase. So first key thing, prepositional phrases start with prepositions, and the rest of the phrase follows the preposition. Now let's talk about what it means to modify something. Modify just means describe. So let's start off with this sentence, the dog ate a cow. There are no real modifiers here. Now, the red dog ate a cow. Red modifies dog. In other words, red describes dog. Let's look at this sentence. The dog ate a red cow. Red isn't modifying dog anymore. Guess what it's modifying? That's right, it's modifying cow. Take a look at this one. The dog ate a cow quickly. This one's tricky. The word quickly is modifying something. You have any idea what it modifies? It modifies ate. It tells you the manner in which he ate the cow. So in this case, quickly modifies ate. Now, with prepositional phrases, the entire prepositional phrase is a single modifier. It modifies one word. Let's take a look at this one. The dog from Mexico ate a cow. Now, from Mexico is a prepositional phrase. It starts with the preposition from, and the whole thing is just two words. It's just from Mexico. So what does from Mexico modify? What does it describe? Well, it tells you about the dog. So from Mexico, that entire phrase modifies the word dog. Let's say the dog ate a cow from Mexico. Again, from Mexico is the prepositional phrase, but it's not modifying dog this time. What's it modifying? What is it telling you about? What is it describing? From Mexico modifies cow. Now things can get pretty tricky. Fred hit the dog with pointy ears. And we have this other thing that says Fred hit the dog with a bat. Now, these two sentences, we're going to compare them and see something really interesting about them. If I say Fred hit the dog with pointy ears is a prepositional phrase. It starts with a preposition with, and the whole phrase is with pointy ears. And what does with pointy ears describe? Well, it describes the dog. Now let's look over at this one. Here, it says Fred hit the dog with a bat. With a bat is a prepositional phrase. It starts with a preposition with, and the whole phrase is with a bat. But it's not telling you about a dog. It's not like the dog is the type of dog that has a bat. No. The bat is what Fred was using to hit the dog. So, in this case, with a bat modifies the word hit. This kind of grammar processing, by the way, is very difficult for computers to do. Computers, by and large, can't do this at all. In order to be able to do this, you have to understand the sentence deeply and know exactly what's going on. You have to picture what's happening, and then you have to determine what is the prepositional phrase telling you about. So we find a prepositional phrase. It'll always start with a preposition, and then we see what is it telling you about. In this case, with a bat, is telling you about the hitting. It's telling you how Fred did the hitting. With what did he do the hitting? It's describing the hitting. It's not describing Fred. It's not describing the dog. It's describing the manner of hitting. So when you're doing these prepositional phrases, it's not enough just the position won't tell you enough. So with pointy ears and with a bat are both at the end of the sentence. The only way to tell the difference, whether it's modifying in this case the direct object, dog, or in this case the verb, hit, the only way to tell is to actually understand and analyze the sentence and to actually figure out what's being described. It doesn't have to be the word right next door. It can be anywhere in the sentence. And so in order to get that, you must determine exactly, by understanding and imagining that sentence, visualizing that sentence in your mind, picturing what's actually happening, that's the only way you're going to be able to really figure out what the prepositional phrase is modifying.